Hello everyone, this is Dork for Kelso, and we're doing another Comic Book Wednesday, and I got a lot of really good stuff to show you. Let's start with the Beauty from Image Comics, okay? We are in the second arc of the Beauty, and I'll show you some good artwork here. 10 that's coming from Image. We're in a world where there is a disease called the Beauty, and it makes people beautiful, so people want to catch it. It's like an STD with a good side effect. But as it's gone on, the bad side effects and the problems with the Beauty have come out more and more. And the second story arc, we're actually getting into people's individual stories and how they've been affected by the Beauty. And so that's really interesting. Here's some nice little clip for you. Okay, the art has changed throughout. There has been other artists. So right now we have Jeremy Hahn. He is our writer. And he's been working for a lot of publishers. He mostly works for DC, but I think he's been doing a really great job with Beauty. We also have Jason Hurley. He actually owns a comic book store called Hurley's Heroes, and he's in Joplin, Missouri. And so he just owned a comic store and then decided to start drawing, and now he's in a really great comic book. So that's really exciting. And then Brett Weldel, I don't know how to say. I think it's German. He is also on this, and he's been nominated for Eisner Awards and a New York Times bestseller. So if you're interested in this kind of storyline, it's really good, and it's going to be ongoing. I don't know how long, but they're very sorry, Crossed fans. We have Crossed 100 number 18, and as of right now, this is the last new Crossed we're getting for right now. There's nothing in the previews. I just turned in my, I think, September, October previews, and there's still no new Crossed. So if you're a Crossed fan, sorry, but this is going to be it, number 18. And so Crossed, if you don't know, it's very, very old. My shelf going on for a very long time, but this is Crossed 100, and it's set in the future, and it is, I think it's 100 years in the future. I think that's the 100. And so, yeah, 2144, so kind of. And it's kind of how the Crossed have evolved. And if you don't even know what Crossed are, I mean, in the simplest version, it's like a zombie. But it's a zombie that still can sort of function. But they described it the best. I was reading something about Simon Spurrier, the writer, and his description was that Cross was written to be a desensitization of the world, and how everything we do is so desensitized, and we're desensitized to violence, to cruelty, to gore, to anything like that. And so Cross is showing you really how far that can go and how desensitized people can truly be. So it's really interesting. You could go really back and get into Cross, but this is an 18 issue story arc. So if you wanted to get into this, it's a good spot to go. Yeah, so that's from Avatar. Simon Spurrier, interesting thing about him, he has been working for Marvel for a long time, and I think this is one of the first really outside of Marvel he's done, as far as I can tell. And then we have our artist, Martin Tunica. Now, I literally couldn't find anything about him even on a Google search. So if you know anything about Martin Tunica, don't know. That would be great information to have. But he does obviously great art, so we can take a look at that. Let's see here. There you go. That's a good example of, let's see, yeah, that's a good example of what Crossed can be. And we always get the wrap cover. Okay, the wrap cover version, which is really great. They're really beautiful. I love having the wrap covers. Alright, so that's Crossed 100. Next is Deadpool, The Mercs for Money. This is a really funny series. I think we're actually on number 5. This is a bonus digital edition that I got. Okay, but Mercs for Money is kind of, it's like, I mean, they're actually called the Mercs for Money, and Deadpool's running it, and it's kind of a band of misfit, like, bad guys, and they're not that bad, and they're really not well known, and people kind of think they're dumb. So they take on these big contracts for a company, and they're trying to bring in people with really special abilities. And here's the center page. I thought this was kind of fun looking. Okay, so art, very Deadpool, very Marvel, okay, very classic, and it's him and his kind of band of people trying to bring people in for money, so it's hysterical as normal. Okay, and we I only have 2 more here. I have Paper Girls, which is on number 9. This is from Image, and this is a Brian Vaughn, okay. The story, it's been going for a while. It's kind of a slow process, but it's totally worth it. And it's like a coming of age story, but with aliens and time travel. And I think that's really all I can give to you. I don't really know how else to explain it. So here's some beautiful art, okay? The art's done by Cliff Chang. I'm gonna say Chang, I hope that's right. And Cliff Chang is famous for drawing Wonder Woman, which I love Wonder Woman, so that's great. And then of course the writer is Brian Vaughn, who we should know for Why the Last Man, Pride Over Baghdad, which is trade paper, which is really amazing. If you want a good cry, get Pride of Baghdad. And then he's Saga, which I've talked about profusely because I absolutely love that comic book. So Saga, he's also on the... We have The Walking Dead, number 158. Okay, this is Robert Kirkman. Robert Kirkman is known for The Walking Dead. See issue 158, okay? He's obviously been doing this for a long time, and that's what he's popular for. I think he was also on the actual TV show for a while. And then he has a few artists. He has Adler Gaudiano, I'm gonna say. I think that's like Italian. And then Rathburn. Rathburn and Adler have been, I think, on Walking Dead with him for a long time. And then Gaudiano's new. And I was looking into him, and he is what you call an inker. And an inker is the person who comes in and does the shading and like final details to give everything depth. So I thought that was really interesting. And so this is Whisperer War, part 2 of 6. We are in the middle of the Whisperer War. If you've been keeping up, if you have not been keeping up with Walking Dead, I'm really not going to give anything away because apparently this is a really big issue. And also the TV show has nothing to do with this. But we do have Negan, and he is causing a lot of trouble, and I think he's really up to something. So I'm excited to read this. So it's Whisperer War, 2 of 6, Walking Dead. And we also got a previews exclusive, awesome looking Deadpool Dressed to Kill. Okay, so if you're into Pop Dolls, this came from the previews, which means you can only get it from a comic book preview and order that. So that's kind of fun to throw in there as well. So thank you all for joining me for another Comic Book Wednesday. Once again, if you ever have any questions about the comic books I read or want any suggestions about what you should pick up first or where to buy them, please just hit me up in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right?